I'm here. How you doing?
Great, amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Looks like are you in a hotel? Wait, a radio station? Where are you?
I'm in my house.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a cool view then.
Yes, I'm in Nashville. So
Oh, I didn't know you lived in Nashville. That's amazing. It's such a cool.
as long as you're not an IRS agent, I live here part time. So
Oh, oh, do you have some sort of do you have another house too?
I have a place in New York City and a place in LA. But yeah,
Okay.
this is we're here rehearsing today.
Oh,
We're rehearsing this week. We got a tour coming up starting like on sorry, OCD. We got a tour starting on next Friday. So
yeah, it's crazy. I saw like you have you're coming to. I'm in Arizona. You're coming to Arizona like already. It's scheduled like October, November or something. And then I saw
yeah,
spring dates already are set up. That's pretty amazing that you're setting them up that early in advance.
that's right. Well, we promote our own shows. So when we promote our own shows, you got to set them up, put them on sale. It's like anything else. It's like same thing what Live Nation would do or something.
Is that a newer phenomenon though, where you're booking the shows out further in advance because it's so competitive, right? Like if you book a month before, people might already have plans by then, right?
Well, first of all, when you're playing like the Comerica Theater, I don't even know what it's called now. It used to be the Comerica Theater. It's 5,000 seats. You need more than 30 days to sell 5,000 seats.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a marketing. Each show has a marketing plan. Most concerts are put on sale probably between 6 months, 4 to 6 months in advance. So that's what we do.
Yeah.
Spring goes out. The spring of next year goes out. Summer of this year.
Yeah. And
You
you're
know.
big enough that you got somebody else doing all that. I'm assuming that you have like a tour manager, somebody that takes care of all that stuff, right? I hope.
Well, to break it down, the tour manager takes care of the tour.
Yeah.
Okay, like I have a staff of like 20 people in the office. My manager runs the office in South Florida, and there's people that are in charge of avails. There's tour marketing. There's merchandise. There's the record company. There's the Keeping the Blues Alive 501(c)(3). All of that is under one in one office. So the business term is it's a vertically integrated business, meaning that I don't really have I have a couple of booking agents that do specialty stuff for us, but generally we get the avails. So we have relationships with the theaters and everything else, and we go and we like, okay, we need November 18th, the Friday. Okay, well, there's the Nutcrackers got a hold on it, but we challenge the hold. Next thing you know, they come back and say you can have Friday, November 18th, and we send them a check for the rent cap. And then we then go through their ticket system, which is usually Ticketmaster, and then we start marketing the shows, and then we do an email blast with our fall dates, and then it goes from there. But each show is a lot of work. I mean, each show is like setting up your own. It's like setting up a pop up business. 22 times in 35 days. So that's really what it is. And and we can monitor the sales every other day. It's like it just comes in sales, 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 and then there's no promoter stiffing you on the money because you know what you're going to make. You know what your fixed costs are to do business, and then you know what you're going to make on top of that.
Wow, that's nice. And it's nice that you have so much help. And I know I was reading one thing about like your social media, like you got kind of fed up and then you're able to pass. That's my dream is to be able to pass social media off on somebody, have somebody else kind of help run that so that I don't have to deal with it because it is kind of a headache,
I
right?
I do the Instagram, but
Yeah.
I need to. I've been growing more as a person because one of the things I don't suffer is fools, and a lot of times I'll just be like, no, 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 you don't get away with that in my house. So I've calmed down, but I honestly think I honestly think social media has become literally like it's an Orwellian type of it's kind of Orwellian, and Carl Sagan wrote something about, like, having the media controlled by, like the digital media controlled by by very few people. I think it's become really weaponized, Orwellian, an echo chamber, and an indoctrination service, if that's the right thing, and it polarizes people, as opposed to 10 years ago when everybody would complain that all the, like, if I have to see, a picture of Maybell's lunch again, I'm gonna lose it, and it's like, Anne Marie went to the House of Pies in Los Feliz. Oh, she's got cherry pie. Yeah, you know what I mean? That was before it became a weapon.
Right. Well, I
And
think what they do is they put the algorithm, and the most drama, the most controversy, craziest things goes to the top because people will argue with that. And yeah, people's pictures of people's lunches, that goes at the bottom of the list because that doesn't get any drama.
well, clickbait is a big thing. Taking stuff that's out of context. I've been clickbaited so many times. I just laugh at it now, going, and if you make a joke, they'll take a small portion of the joke and make it sound like you're serious and arrogant as fuck.
Mm.
Okay, and I just don't subscribe to that. And the thing about it is social media really it's good as a free marketing tool, because you can market yourself, and musicians and have been successful in becoming Instagram stars, influencers. I don't know what the term is now. And but it's the critical thing about when you come into the game from that side is being able to transition to being an artist, not just 1 minute at a time.
Mm.
Because then there's 89 minutes left of a gig that you need to fill.
Right. Yeah. I mean, your social media is kicking ass though. You got like 3 million on Facebook and almost a million on Instagram. And I had so many, I looked at your Instagram. I was like, God, I have like over 100 of my friends follow you. So, I mean, you must be doing something right there.
Well, they like the guitar collection. I'm
Yeah.
one of the biggest guitar collectors in the world. So every day I post a picture of some stupid guitar, or not stupid, but they're nice guitars. But and a lot of some people take it the wrong way. It's like if I'm gloating or bragging about it. I'm like, I'm just sharing it, and it's become as much a music site as it's become like a antiques roadshow. Like, oh,
Mm.
what's Joe bought today, you know, and which is fine, and that part I do enjoy. I do enjoy the collectible guitar world, and because a lot of my friends are collectors too. And like I see you got something. And it's that part of it's fun. It's when people come in and try to misquote, and when people come in and, I guess, literally just, I don't know, think it's some sort of, like, like name calling. And it's like, dude, if you don't like what I do, just unfollow it and move on. Okay, there's plenty of other people that like it, and like, what do you think you're gonna do, like change my mind or change my opinion about what I'm doing? It's like, oh well, Guitar Lover 59 says I'm my last name is Bonamassa. I'm like, oh well, shut it down, lay the fucking employees off. I'm going. I'm done. Sorry. Oh, because Guitar Lover with 16 fucking followers knows better than I do. I'm like, you know what? I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe that is arrogance. Okay. But I've been around this business a long time. And it's like, everyone's free to start. Okay. Grab a guitar, write a song, put it out there, book a gig, step and repeat. Anybody can do this. It's just, do you have the balls to get in the game? And then when the people who like to throw arrows or shoot arrows, the arrows come at them. That's what they're most afraid of. And that's there's a certain level of cowardice there, and that they hide behind the keyboards. And then when you shoot arrows back, they're like, Well, then they result to name calling. It's like when anybody loses an argument, they get mad and they call you a name, and that's anytime they're on the wrong side of an issue, there's always a name calling element, and because just you run out of IQ points and you can't defend your position.
Right. No, that sums it up. It's exactly right. I mean, I even see that even at my level, which I don't have a million followers at all, but I mean, I'll interview somebody and I'll get trolled on a YouTube interview or something. And I'm just like, and you're right. Every time you click on the user, it's always somebody, there's no real picture. It's a picture of a celebrity or cartoon or something. They've got like 10 followers or less, but they want to criticize what you're doing. It's really bizarre.
Yeah. And by the way, they're free to start their own podcast.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to start a podcast than try to play the guitar, in my opinion. But yeah,
I mean, I know that's a very nice microphone and it costs money, and those headphones cost money, and the internet link costs money. So okay, we have it's going to be a couple of $1,000 investment into and then oh, by the way, when they get the mic and all the tools to do it, oh, they're not good at podcasting or broadcasting. It's like, but then they feel the need to criticize what you're doing. It's like, I know I can play guitar. I'm a decent guitar player. Okay, that's all I do, and you can't fault me for living like this, because anybody in my position would if they were in my position, they'd do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I would love to be able to. I mean, I took guitar lessons when I was in high school and I sucked. It was like people like you that I go, I can't compete with this guy, but I didn't troll you. I was like, all right, let me try something different. Let me find my thing that I'm good at. So I don't know why those people don't do that.
That's the silent majority of intelligent people that are capable of seeing things rationally. It's like, I love Formula One race cars. Okay, I love Formula One racing. It's like I'm not trolling Lewis Hamilton because I can't get behind the wheel. Like, why did Ferrari give me because I can't drive? Okay. The rational, pragmatic thinking, and it's not for everyone.
Right.
It's not for everyone.
Well, yeah, this is great stuff. I love that. We do have to talk about this new record that you have. It's amazing. Debuted at #1 on the blues chart. Your publicist says that's your 28th #1 debut. Yep. That's like amazing. How did you?
It's the most in the history of the category.
Yeah, that's like so amazing. And so it's crazy that, like, I mean, yeah, again, these trolls, who gives a shit about them? You're obviously doing amazing things. How did you prepare for this show? Because this is different. You have the full orchestra, right? I mean, you don't typically bring out the full orchestra, I'm assuming.
No. This took 4 years to put together. The charts alone took years. And we rehearsed and we prepped and we toured for about a month with my friend Jeff Bova in the band, doing shows. And Jeff is an orchestrator, but he also has what he calls the Bova Orchestra. It's a bunch of computers and these great string things that he can do with on a keyboard. So we played with Jeff for a month on the road to those arrangements. We came to LA, had a day off, rehearsed with the LA Phil the day before, showed up the next day at the Hollywood Bowl. Boom, 90 minutes. The union guy is like, you got 90 minutes. Best of luck. And that was it. And we played 89 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I want to see you live. I've never seen you live. I'm sure that's a different feel. I mean, we're getting a taste of it with a live record, but it's not the same as like being in the room. Do you have to like tinker it all after the recording and change little things here and there? Did you leave it exactly as it was?
It's pretty much. I mean, now, if I now the technology is like, it's like, it used to be, if every show there's a bad note. Okay. That's
sure.
Like, you're going, there's very few flawless shows. Like if I had a bad note on the guitar, it used to be like we would go into the studio with a live rig, the same setup, and match the sound, and I would just quickly punch in the bad note, so you would never know. And on the film, it would look fine, Now you don't even have to do that. If you're flat one, you just go into this thing called Melodyne. Okay. For those of you who don't know Melodyne, you don't know it, but you hear it every day when you listen to pop radio. That's the auto tune. So you just go and it works on the voice as it works on a guitar. It works on anything, a bass or whatever. And you go in there and you're like, you find the note and you just go, oh, never happened. So
Nice.
I believe there's always a few nips and tucks, but it's generally 98%, 99% of what happened. Nobody goes in and overdubs anything.
Yeah.
Just the vocals or the live cut. Just it's a few nips and tucks, just to get it to where it's not just there's no buzzes, like the guitar's not, it just so it plays down like an album, because like I use old guitars and sometimes they buzz in between songs or there's a clack, whatever. All that can be just cut out.
That makes sense. What about I don't know if this was in the notes or maybe I couldn't find it, but who is the female voice on? There's a couple songs. Definitely, I think it was "Self-Inflicted Wounds" and "If Heartaches Were Nickels." I think that was that the same female voice? She was amazing.
That her name is Jade McCrae, and Jade has been in my band now about 9 years.
Oh, so she's a full-time band member.
Oh yeah. Jade and Danny D'Andrea are the two singers that travel the world with me, and I am blessed to have both of those women not only as professional singers who are the two of the greatest, but just two of my best friends and literally my sisters. They're like part of my family, and Jade she had a pop career in Australia, and she's put out solo records. I encourage she's put out a bunch of solo records. I encourage anybody listening to your program to go check out both Jade and Danny D'Andrea's Jade McCrae and Danny D'Andrea's music, because they're world class, and I just don't know why they put up with my sharp singing. I just don't know how they put up with that.
No, yeah.
I think a perfect pitch, but no, she is amazing and just nails it every single night. It's 5 nights a week, no exceptions.
Yeah. And then it's crazy. Like I saw when I went on your Spotify, I was looking, I was like, oh, you just did a song with Train. And it's like, Train. I have this like weird relation. It's like my brother's wife's sister is married to Pat. So I've met him several times. Super nice guy. How did you get hooked up with him?
It was just a random occurrence. We're both big fans of each other, and I'm a big fan of his, and can't speak for him. But we just started talking about doing like a collaboration. He mentioned "Hold On Loosely," the 38 special song, and I was like, well, that's going to be for both of our fan bases, and there's probably a little bit of overlap, but not much. That'll be a great curiosity piece for both of our families. Like what's Joe doing a 38 special song with Train? Who's Joe Bonamassa? That's the Train fans. Why are they doing 38 special? It's all it really worked because it's a good version of the song, so much so a couple of members of 38 special were actually like, hey, great job, and it's a great song, and it's also something that neither one of us do for our day job, so it's truly a musical collaboration in the center, you know what I mean? And I just thought it was like a really cool it came out great. Yeah,
I love it. Do you have to get going? I think, or do you have a hard out at 10:45?
Yes, I do. I have another one. I have another interview starting in 2 minutes.
Okay, I will let you go then. Yeah, that song is out now. The album, the Live at the Hollywood Bowl with the orchestra, is out now as well. And your tour dates are on the website. I'll put that in the show notes. Anything else?
That's it. Step and repeat.
All right. Well, thanks so much. Great stuff. I hope to have you back on. We can talk more. I got a lot more questions for you.
All right, man. I do it anytime.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right. Cheers,
Bye,
man. Bye.